Sorayu was just trying to bait them in by tapping Rayquaza. We finally have a power nap on top of everybody, charging up the overheat, hitting on top of Gek. Is that Blaziken? Finally, Bruff goes down. Is this the tide turning? Dasu uses their Unite move. We have the rings unbound. They're trying to throw fists. Sorayu catches all the eggs. Can they actually leverage them? We're trying to find bodies. Is somebody actually going to go down? Klaus and the Buzz will both do. Sorayu keeps the train going. Lukita, are you the next one? No, they can't quite close the gap of flipping back the other way. Still 2 players down. KO streak of 3. Doesn't matter. Snow gets stuffed out by the Greedent. The bullet seat gets it done. Deck is on respawn looking to jump, but in the middle is 2 players from Nouns.
Sure. I mean, I don't know what's going on here. Rayquaza is getting very low. We have the Blaziken near for the secure. Here comes the bullet seed. Here comes the overheat. Here comes the secure. And here comes one of the most impressive victories that I've seen this season. Nouns Esports with a crazy draft, with such an impressive match right here. They're looking to show you why they could be the champions in EU. What a magnificent display.
Alright, chat. I'm going to show you guys the Greedent build that won me the Regionals Championship. I played Greedent with Bullet Seed and Stuff Cheeks, and I played X-Speed, Attack Weight, Ice Cookie, and Focus Band. In tournaments, emblems are disabled, so I didn't play any emblems in the Regionals Championship. But if you want to play any emblems with Greedent, I would highly recommend this Greedent emblem page. It's just really good to have more HP, attack, and movement speed. I will talk into this in the practice area. Alright chat, I'm gonna quickly tell you some basics about Greedent in the early game. When you walk towards the path, you always wanna use your attacker, and generally you boost an auto attack and collect berries while you are fighting. Because if you collect berries, there's like a berry stacking. The more berries you have, the more cooldown reduction you get from the ability you use. So for example, if you have 5 berries, 5 stacks, your cooldown reduction on the tackle is only 1 second. Can I quickly show you? It's only 1 second, but if you use tackle without having any stacks on the berries, it's like 5 to 6 seconds. Now always keep in mind, when you play Greedent in the early game, you have berries. Otherwise the tackle is just gonna have a way too long cooldown. 6 seconds is a lot of time. So when you use tackle, I recommend you to always have at least 2 stacks of berries to have like at least 4 second cooldown reduction. So for example, defensive curl drops a berry, booster auto attack drops a berry, and your passive drops berries as well. So always try to collect the berries while you are fighting or farming. Greedent doesn't really have the best secure, so what you want to do is you want to use the enemy's damage to secure farm. This is usually how I look to secure farm. For the early game, you always want to try to get attack weight stacks, because attack weight stacks and ice cookie stacks have so much value with Greedent. Why? Because Greedent's passive, the berries, scale with HP. So the more HP you have, the more HP you get from the berries. Since Stuff Chicks drops a lot of berries, you will get a lot of HP if you have at least 2 stacks in the early game. So 2 stacks in the early game, your goal is to get level 5 at 8:30 and level 7 at level 7 minutes. Because if you don't get level 7 at 7 minutes, it's pretty rough. Because Greedent doesn't really have the best early game. This is what you have to accept. So obviously again, if you want to use tackle, I recommend you to use Stuff Cheeks tackle, collect berries and use tackle again. Because then you can use 3 tackles in a row. If you, again, if you have 0 stacks, 0 berries, your tackle is going to be 6 second cooldown, which is not optimal for you. So always use Stuff Cheeks to collect berries, and make sure when you start a fight to have 5 stacks of berries. Because then you can use Stuff Cheeks tackle, and you get 0 cooldown on the tackle, and then you can use tackle again. It's really good. You don't need to use 7 black and 4 brown onion. Wouldn't recommend it. So again, when you play Greedent, try to make sure to collect your berries when you use booster auto attacks, farming, fighting. And you always want to use Stuff Cheeks on cooldown, and just collect the berries, get healing, and keep distance between you and the enemy. Because if you are not level 7, you will not one-shot anyone. Just be annoying and try to steal farm. So when you are level 7, when you use Bullet Seed without having any berry stacks again, your Bullet Seed is going to be really slow and barely does any damage. But if you use Stuff Cheeks, obviously you get 5 berries, and then when you use Bullet Seed, you will do a lot of damage, right? Really strong. But then the berries are running out at some point, So your bullet seed is not doing as much damage. So how can you do maximum damage on the bullet seed? You wanna wait for your staff chicks to come. You wanna use staff chicks and bullet seed. And the moment the berries are running out, you just collect the berries. You have full amount of damage with the bullet seed, which deals over like 9,200k damage. It's really strong. So basically, same as Decker, you wanna use staff chicks on cooldown, and you wanna have 5 berries, and you always wanna use bullet seed, staff chicks, bullet seed, or staff chicks, bullet seed, staff chicks. It's pretty simple and straightforward. So for the ultimate, what you have to keep in mind is, if you use bullet seed, you will have 0 berries, for example, right? And if you use ultimate, you have unlimited amount of berries, so it doesn't matter if you use staff chicks or not, because you're just having like unstoppable berries, and you can use bullet seed the entire time. But one thing you can keep in mind, when you have your ultimate, never ever use your ultimate when you are full HP, please. If you play Amplifier Eject button with Combat Engage, it's fine to use ultimate to one-shot enemies. But if you use bullet seed staff chicks, try to use staff chicks bullet seed, use your entire abilities, and then use your ultimate, because your ultimate resets the staff chicks and the bullet seed. That's really good. Just doing like maximum amount of damage. So in total, with the one combo, I did 22k damage, which is really strong. Do not use ultimate in the beginning of the fight. Try to always keep your ultimate and just be annoying with bullet seed, and then use ultimate when you drop low HP. One thing you have to keep in mind, if you get CC'd, bullet seed will get cancelled, but it doesn't matter as long as you have stacks and you collect your berries, because you get so much HP. So one thing you have to keep in mind when you use ultimate and bullet seed, if you use bullet seed, there's like a blue circle in the bottom right corner. And if you use ultimate, but the circle is not running out, you will not get a reset from the bullet seed. So basically your ultimate is useless. Your ultimate is strong because you reset your bullet seed, and you can do bullet seed damage. So just keep that in mind. You always wanna make sure that the blue bar is finished or at 15%. Because if it's at 15%, as you can see right now, when I use ultimate, I have enough time to channel my ultimate and have another bullet seed ready. This is something you have to keep in mind. Right, now we're going into a bullet seed staff chicks game, and I'm gonna showcase you how I play Greedent in solo queue, and maybe you can copy it or learn something from it. Alright, second try guys. Greedent in the early game, Greedent in the draft. Tornado got banned, which is pretty good. Tornado is the type of Pokemon that has an easier time playing against Greedent if the Greedent doesn't get levels. If the Greedent abuses the cheetah in the early game, it's actually really good. But again, Greedent's early game is not the best, so you can't expect that. I mean, like, Leafeon is banned, Cheetah is banned, Dodu is banned, Gyarados is banned. We are playing against a duo queue, I believe, with Tired and Cherry Cake. I'm gonna play Greedent again, but I will try to play Greedent when it's double mage, because Greedent benefits a lot from enemies that are playing double mage. Because the Staff Chicks bullet seed build is just really good into double mage, especially against Sylveon. We picked Sylveon, but it's fine. Cramorant. Zoroark, Cramorant. Right now it's not the best Greedent game. We do have a Slowbro in the Sylveon. Sylveon does a similar job as Greedent. They have Serena. I'm gonna pick regardless Greedent because I wanted to explain you how to play it properly, even if it's a bad matchup. Thank you, Ja, for the raid. We are doing a Greedent guard right now. With the bullet seed stuff. Yeah, I'm probably going to play bot lane this game. We have a Cinderace and a Decidueye. If they pick Glaceon, it's actually fine. So like Glaceon, Cramorant, double attacker. Zoroark is kinda squishy. Revenant is kinda annoying, and Zoroark as well because they have a lot of CC. But if they pick Glaceon, it's a fun Greedent game. So in general, you always wanna look for double mage when you play against double mage as a Greedent player. It's gonna be really good for you. So we have Slowbro, Greedent, Cineras is not really optimal, to be honest, but we have a Savior in the jungle. I think we have Skarada as well. I mean, I think our draft is slightly better, just because of the fact that I think Savior and Greedent is gonna abuse them. I think it's better if the Savior is playing Mystical Fire instead of Hyper Voice, because Mystical Fire does a similar job as Greedent. Just Greedent Stuff Cheeks has more sustainability than Mystical Fire, and Mystical Fire kinda does more damage. And it also spreads special attack. So if you switch the special attack from the attackers while I'm engaging with him, it's gonna be really good. Things to keep in mind when you play Greedent. You want to play Greedent to get level 5 in the early game. Preferably you wanna have an Expedia in your lane. If you don't have an Expedia in your lane, you will notice a lot of the times that you're gonna be stuck level 5 at 8 minutes. And this is something you don't want to happen. You want to get your level 5 at 8 minutes and 30 seconds. If you don't get level 5 at that time, it's a bit awkward to play it. So 8:30, level 5, 7 minutes, level 7. This is the main goal. And then at 6 minutes, you want to get level 9. And then you can play, start playing the character. You are probably going to play against a Dragon and a Convoy lane. Maybe a Glacier. But it's fine. We have an Expedia, we also have Slowbro, which is good secure. So again, when you walk towards the lane, always try to walk with the bunny and do not stand still. Let's skip the doubles. And when you go for a score, go from the bushes so you don't lose a lot of HP. Use one tackle, before you boost the auto attack, collect berries, and then you stack it again when you have berries. So again, you want to use the enemy's damage, you want to wait, and try to secure it. If you don't get to secure, just take the berries. The cool thing about Greedent's passive is you can collect berries even though you have full HP. Kinda funny. So again, use the enemy's damage. And no. Perfect. I think they got it. Normally, when you play bot lane, you want to take your farm. But when you play Greedent, you play a different playstyle, like I said. I'm just gonna score, get my Slowbro the farm and run away. Even if I die, it's gonna be fine. As long as I get level 5, as early as possible, it's gonna be good. So we're gonna take the double bunnies and the Boito. Holy, we won't get the triple kill. Don't get sad about losing the early game as Greedent. Because as I explained earlier, it comes down with practice, a lot of practice. And as long as you get attack rate stacks and face copy stacks, it's worth it. Obviously, I don't recommend you to suicide for it. But try to get your stacks. They are really beneficial for you because of stuff cheats. So again, just take the berries. Just wasting the enemy's time. He's not playing for the swampers in the middle. And he can probably not kill me if I dodge talking. Yeah, this is the Greedent playstyle I was talking about. You see a Greedent, you just wanna kill it. It's fine. My team is getting so much value. My Seaborn is level 8. The Zoroark has no impact in the midi swabblers. First, he's giving midi swabblers for free. And second, he's trying to kill me too much. So, it's optimal. As long as he doesn't score 30 on bot lane, he should be fine. He's gonna have to score for me. I really need to get level 7. Once I'm level 7, I can play the game. We have 4 stack. Magic button on the Glacier. Oh, this Zoroark is doing the entire time combos. Okay, just invade. Again, now you're gonna get level 9. And after you get level 9, you're gonna start playing the game. It's not the most optimal Greedent game, and the Zoroark is just abusing us in the lane. It is kinda monka, but it's fine. The top insinuous is popping off. Guys is getting CC'd. He's getting one-shotted. The one thing you also have to keep in mind, you always wanna play for the enemy's farm to try to know the spawn timers, know when the farm is spawning. I'm going to make a guide in the future for that, so you have an easier time playing for the enemy's farm. If an attacker engages on you, you're just gonna die. It's funny because like a lot of attackers think they can beat Greedent, but once you get like 5 stacks and level 9, it's gonna be really hard for enemies to get the attacker. Just gonna ultimate and then ultimate. Get the Zodiac as well. Whenever arena. So obviously like the Zodiac is playing really well. Right now, he's just using feint attack over feint attack. I'm probably gonna tank 100k damage this game. But as long as my team is getting value on the map, it's fine what you're doing. Greedent doesn't have like a specific playstyle. As long as what you are doing has impact in the game, it's gonna be fine. But if you just run it down and don't do anything, it's gonna be bad for you. So a lot of the times when I play Greedent, what I notice from the playstyle of Oda Greedent Bullet Seed gameplay is they don't understand that you use Bullet Seed to try to make the enemies try to cancel the escape route from the enemies. What a lot of Greedent players are doing is when they play Bullet Seed, they just run into the enemies and go for the best. But you wanna use Bullet Seed with the range. Use the range of the Bullet Seed and try to block the escape route from the enemies. So they can't, they have to hit you, basically. If they don't hit you, they're gonna die. If they try to escape, they're gonna die. So as you can see, it's really good into EVs, especially into Dashion. Not that good into Umbreon, but Greedent is a EV killer. Dashion, pick up this extreme. Okay, now I guess play the for blues. Greedent is also good at scoring and escaping. That's why you play XP. Don't play Jackpot or Potion, just play XP. XP is the best. Big ultimate! As you can see, I got my reset from the Bullet Seed because I timed it perfectly. It's just gonna be annoying. Always play on the enemy's backside and try to block their escape route like I said earlier. The more level you have above the enemies, the more Greedent gets powerful. So again, Bullet Seed, use Staff Chicks before you spinning team. And then you one-shot the enemies. It's so funny, a lot of people just don't know how to play against Greedent because no one is playing the character. So if you start understanding how to play it properly, you're gonna have a lot of fun in it. Just keep in mind that your early game is not the best. Especially if you have a enemy Zoroark taking your lane on top. To be honest, Manet is also playing really well. It's not only me. It's a bit scary. Also, Bullet Seed Greedent benefits from all the Reggie buffs. Reggie Rock is really good, Reggie Steel is really good, and Reggie Ice. I do not want to give the enemies the Reggie Ice. Oh, the sub combo and got it. I got a double kill though. Your team! Rip it! And Greedent Bullet Seed has a really fast whip potential. Gonna focus the camera in. Using Bullet Seed to get my stuff Bullet Seed reset. I'm using the ultimate to get my Bullet Seed reset. And I'm gonna just chase the attacker. Always keep in mind when you engage to wait for your cooldown from the Bullet Seed. Just wait for your bullet seed to come, and then attack the enemy. So like this is also something you have to practice. You can't engage or you can't do damage if you don't have bullet seed. So the way you play this build is hit and run, hit and run, hit and run. I think the enemies already gave up. Hi guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the Greedent gameplay. I wanted to play Greedent in an optimal game, but this game just showcases how bad Greedent in the early game is against specific characters, but how good it is once you scale. It's just really, really good. Especially against EVs. Right now, where Sylveon is the meta, and Sylveon is just so powerful, Greedent is perfect. And the enemies, like the one thing as well that Greedent does, and I don't know why, it's just like, it makes enemies mad. They want to chase you, they just wanna kill you. It's toxic. I'm just having fun. One rule you have to keep in mind, the jungle belongs to you. It doesn't belong to the enemies. But guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the Greedent talk through and the gameplay. Hope you guys learned some stuff about bullets and Greedent and stuff, chicks. And yeah, for the people that are playing Covid and Mage, since I always play Covid and Mage, I think Covid and Mage is not that good anymore. And it is still fine against specific comps, preferably against double EVs or double Mage. But Bullet Seed is just really, really good right now. Thank you for watching, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. And make sure to subscribe to not miss future content. And I'm gonna see you guys in the next video.